to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. God gave them up to the spirit of perversion that was in their hearts. And once perversion takes over, they don't retain God in their memory, in their heart. See, God will deal with the consciousness of man. The Holy Spirit will tell you you're doing something wrong. Now, you can either obey him or disobey him, and then you go deeper and deeper. Because the Bible talks about in Jude, I believe in Jude or Peter, there are depths of Satan that Paul said, I can't even talk about. There's some debauchery, some stuff that is so bad in Satan that is horrible. So, man has changed the truth of God into a lie, worship and serve the Creator more than the creature, and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. You had whatever name husband out there talking about Jesus, that Satan is Lord. Beyonce's husband. Oh yeah. He said Satan is God Satan is a good person. Even one another little star. But have you noticed? Let me show you something. The first sin was because of lust of the eyes. God had to put him out. Then he said, I'm going to deliver you out of bondage. And in Numbers 5, I believe, Numbers 25, it says that the Israel rode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. The story of Balaam was a type and shadow of what Israel is. From that point where God said, I'm bless you, whosoever bless you shall be blessed, whosoever curse you shall be cursed. And Balak tried to get Balaam to curse Israel. And Balak said, I can't curse Israel because God has blessed them. He said, wait a minute. I'm going to give you some money, boy. I'm giving you change of clothes. I'm giving you a whole bunch of stuff. And the greed and the lust and greed got in him, and he went back to God because God told him first time, don't go talk to him. Don't go with him. And he went back and said, Lord, can I go? Can I go? Can I go? And God said, go ahead on. Go ahead on. And he went. And he tried to prophesy against Israel, and he started blessing it. I say Israel is the sand of the sea. He said, no. I want you to curse him. He said, well, I can only say what the Lord said. Well, come here. Let's go on this mountain over here. Now curse him. He said, I just blessed him. That spirit of seduction and seduction, the spirit of lust, from that point, he said, I cannot curse what God has blessed. He said, well, how can I get them? He said, the only way you can get them is to cause them to commit sexual sin. Have them go into the temple with the prostitutes. Mix with them. Have them commit fornication with the other nations. He said, God will get mad and he'll curse them. And that's what happened. And do you know, from that day till now, Israel is still having problems with perversion and lust. The Jews still have a problem with that. Every time they went into bondage, read it in the Old Testament, it was because of their sexual sin. They cried to God. God delivered them. They went right back into it. They cried to God. God sent up a prophet. He said, okay, Hosea, go marry the prostitute. You be a type and shadow that Israel has turned his back on me, and she's a whore, and she's out there doing crack and doing all that. Go back and marry her. Go pull her out of the alley and bring her back home and show her that I'm like God, like Israel. I'm loving her even though she don't love me. I'm going to hedge her about. I'm going to keep her from going to her lovers. Then she'll come back to me. That was a type and shadow. God was showing Israel how nasty they were. Even he gave Jeroboam, he said, Jeroboam, I'm going to split the 10 tribes. I'm going to give 10 to you, 2 to Israel. He said, all you got to do is serve me. He said, and then he put up 2 golden calves. He said, they're going to go worship in Jerusalem. They're going to come worship me. And he caused them to fall into sexual sin again. Look on the news right now. All the ones in Hollywood, all these Hollywood producers, all these senators that are being caught are Jewish. Look, Weinstein and this Stein and that Stein, this producer and that director, this Hollywood, all of them that have been named are Jewish. lust. They still ain't got over that thing. Any Jewish people in here this morning? We're going to pray for you. This spirit is so prevalent, the spirit of lust that comes to kill, steal, and destroy everything. Every leader, except for one that God called to lead his people, got caught up in sexual sin. Abraham, Ishmael. David, Bathsheba. Solomon, just give me 1,000 of them. I just let's get it over with. They just cursed the whole generation. All of them. Everyone that God tried to use. Even Gideon, not even Gideon, Gideon didn't even want to serve the Lord. He turned away from God after he got the great victory. Even Joshua, while Joshua was trying to serve the Lord, he all on his face serving the Lord. Achan over there lusting after stuff. Couldn't get the lust out of him. He caused everybody to go into captivity. Lust and greed and things are very prevalent. This is all that has destroyed the church and destroyed the nation. And so, God's going to judge them. We know that there's a judgment coming. And it's only after the victim has submitted his free will to participation in unseemly acts that are not convenient but unnatural, that the seducing spirit is able to succeed in inflicting his terrible wounds upon the victim. Because the first few submissions, his conscience convicts him. Yeah. First time you took a hit off a cigarette, that ain't nothing. Next thing you know, every week. First 2 hits of that marijuana, you never bought it. I guarantee you, the first two, you never bought that. They gave you a nickel bag. The pusher would give you a freebie. Go on, take it, brother. I got some more. Go on. When you need some more, come on back to me. Also, but this time you need to give me $10 or $5 for a nickel bag, and $10 for a nickel bag. Oh yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Fingernails all brown. Then you bought your roach clip. That was a big thing in the singers out. You got a roach clip. You look alligator clip. Ring it out, brother. Ring it out. Good slobbing on it. We were seduced into that. Someone close to you introduced you to it. And called themselves your friend. And then the enemy gives it to you free to get you hooked on it. And all this stuff they got out now, I'm scared of what they got out there. They call it flocka and stuff that one touch of it. Do you know these folks are so perverted, that spirit has come so strong that you got to wash your hands when you go into Aldi's or go into Walmart to push those pushing. Down south, they're putting the drugs on the handles of the car, and one contact with your hand, you're addicted to that stuff. Satan is wicked. These demons are wicked. They're running around with these business cards and putting it on your windshield and got drugs. When you pick it up, knocks you out, and they follow you home and rape the women and stuff like that. Or they leave something on your windshield. They leave something on your windshield. Leave it there till you get home. Don't because they be watching. They're watching. So this spirit has come to kill, steal, and destroy. And they seduce you into destruction. Romans 1:26, for this cause God gave them up to vile affections, for their women changed their natural use into that was against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burn in their lust one toward another. See, lust burns. It drives you. It makes you want to. See, Jesus leads. Lust pushes. It demands. It wants. It takes. Men working that which is unseemly, receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge. Try to talk to somebody now that's homosexual. They cuss you out, want to fight you. Yeah. And they're just mad Don't. God gave them over to a reprobate mind. The carnal man cannot receive the things of the Spirit. Now, this is not even a carnal mind. This is a reprobate mind. That's like a rotten piece of fruit to those things that are not convenient. Now, Galatians talks about the works of the flesh. These are things that you have control over. These are not devils. The devils will come in behind these actions, and we call spirits out by those names, but these are the works. He said, now the works of the flesh are manifest. They are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, various emulations, wrath, strife, you want to argue all the time, sedition, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings of such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, the day which do such things shall not. Can't get into heaven. I'm sorry. I didn't write the book. Yeah. You can't get in. You say, oh, Pastor, I come to church though. No, you doing that, you ain't getting in. He that is unclean, let him be unclean still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that, whenever, like I call it, you ever played musical chairs? Oh, yeah, yeah. You march around, and the music stopped, and 4 people, and you only got 3 chairs. Somebody out. Doing this, you playing musical chairs with the devil. And guess who's going to win? The devil's going to win. He's going to pull the chair out from under you. Because when Jesus said, come up, my children, whatever state you're in, that's what you're going to be in. So if you try to, wait a minute, I ain't got no boost power. I ain't got no Holy Ghost power to get out of here. You stuck. No fuel in your tank, no oil in your lamp, you're going to be in trouble. Seduced by lust. You know, you always got the little fella on your shoulder. You know you shouldn't do it. Nah, ain't nobody looking. Go ahead and do it. That's how also the others, the Lord showed me, how also the spirit of seduction works. The Lord showed me in the spirit. This guy was going to rob the store. The devil talking to him, you know, you can get away with it. I'm going to rob the store. And he's whispering in his ear, you know, go and rob. And the guy goes into the liquor store. And the demon left the guy, went over to the guy behind the counter and said, you better watch him. You know, the guy couldn't see the spirit telling him, you better watch him, but something told him to set him told on him. Told him to go do it and then turn around. And see, that's how the devil is. He's so wicked. He's just gotcha. Seduce you to do something and then go tell on you. You ever had little brother, sister go tell on you? I'm going to tell mama. I'm going to tell. Shh, I'll give you 50 cents. You better give me $1. Seduced by these spirits. When you give heed to a seducing spirit, he can brand your conscience with a searing iron. The Jews were branded with tattoos because they were seduced to believe a lie. They were told that they were being relocated and they were killed in Auschwitz. Well, yeah. That was the biggest seduction ever took place. Are we just going to ship you over here? The people from, even though you can look on Facebook and on the news, people that are fleeing from Libya and these African nations, fleeing these nations because of the poverty and lack, they're being sold as slaves when they get Europe. $100 a head. Trying to flee oppression and being sold. China has gone from about 10 hospitals, 10 places. They got over 6,000 places where they cultivate organs. Billions of people, who gonna miss you? I mean, it's just like a factory. The rich need a kidney or a liver or something like that. Oh, they're one that snatch him off, put him in the cab, bring him on. They're snatching people off the streets just to get their organs. Even when you travel overseas and you go on vacation, you gotta be careful.